The message began as a whisper, so weak, so broken that most sensors across the galaxy ignored it. But Earth did not. Deep inside an old, forgotten bunker under the Himalayan mountains, a machine woke from a sleep longer than any human life. Its lights flickered, its screens shook with static, and for the first time in 200 years it listened. The message repeated. "Anyone please help us, they are coming." The voice was not human, it was sharp, afraid, desperate. The machine, called Sentinel Unit 9, analyzed the signal. It traced the origin, a system far outside human territory, a place with no human colonies, no outposts, not even a probe, a dead zone. But the voice in the message clearly begged for Earth, not for help, for warning. The fleet, they destroyed everything. Earth, hide, run. The transmission cut into static. Then silence. Sentinel Unit 9 activated Protocol 0, an emergency program designed by human scientists long before modern governments existed. The program scanned old archives, stored data and patterns of alien activity. It cross-checked everything. When the answer came, the AI froze for exactly 1 second, an eternity for a machine. Threat level Omega. Alien fleet approaching. Time estimate 7 days, far above the surface in Earth's low orbit. Something else awakened. Old satellites, black, silent devices that did not appear on any human map, turned toward the stars. Their panels unfolded like metal wings. Their sensors glowed. The sky was watching. A quiet planet with loud secrets. Humans lived normal lives. Children went to school. Workers rushed to jobs. Airplanes crossed the sky. Nobody knew the danger approaching them. Earth looked peaceful, almost too peaceful. But deep below, oceans, forests, and deserts, ancient human-made systems hummed softly. Some were built during the resource wars. Others were built during the Cold Dawn era. A few were so old that no one even remembered who created them. But they all shared a single purpose: defend Earth. Always, no matter the cost. That purpose was now alive again. A scientist sees the impossible. Dr. Alara Hayes was drinking cold coffee when the first alert flashed on her monitor. Incoming encrypted signal, access required. Priority 0. She stared at it, confused. Priority 0 signals did not exist. Even world leaders had never seen such a code. She tried to open it, but the system demanded 3 authorizations she did not have. Then her office lights flickered. Her computer rebooted on its own. A new message appeared. "Welcome, Dr. Alara Hayes. Sentinel Unit 9 requests your assistance." Alara blinked. Sentinel Unit 9, she had heard rumors of that name in classified circles. An ancient defense AI created long before she was born. Her heart raced as she typed back, "Who activated you?" The response came instantly, a warning signal: non-human, extreme danger, the fleet is coming. Alara's fingers froze over the keyboard. The fleet. Every scientist in the deep space community knew the stories. An unknown alien armada moving across the galaxy for centuries, burning planets, erasing civilizations. "They can't be real," she whispered. But the AI answered, "Real, and they will arrive in 7 days." Her coffee cup fell from her hand and shattered on the floor. The message from the stars. Sentinel Unit 9 projected the last surviving part of the alien message. The voice played in her quiet lab. "Earth, listen, they will not stop. They want your world, your species. They are afraid of you more than you know." Alara's pulse quickened. "Why are they afraid of us?" The AI paused just a second, but enough to make her uneasy. "Humans are unpredictable. The fleet fears what they do not understand." The next line chilled her blood. "They do not intend to conquer Earth. They intend to erase IT. A world about to break around the world." Strange things began happening. In Antarctica, huge metal structures rose from beneath the ice like long sleeping giants. In the Pacific Ocean, energy domes flickered under the waves. In the Sahara Desert, old bunkers opened, their doors hissing like they were breathing fresh air. Humans noticed the lights, the tremors, the strange patterns in the sky, but no one knew the truth. Earth was preparing for war, a war humanity never asked for and did not know was coming. Only Sentinel Unit 9 truly understood the danger. A signal no humans sent. Meanwhile, in a military base in Germany, a radar technician stared at a massive spike on his screen. "Commander," he said slowly, "something just scanned the planet." The commander leaned in. "Who scanned us?" The technician shook his head. "Not who, sir, from where?" The commander frowned. "Explain." The technician swallowed. "From Earth. Something on our own planet just scanned our atmosphere and every satellite and every ship like it was checking all our defenses at once." For the first time in his long career, the commander had no answer. A fleet on the horizon, millions of kilometers away, the alien armada moved silently through dark space. 30 warships, 3 battleships, 1 colossal dreadnought. Their hulls were black, absorbing all light. Their engines glowed cold blue. Their weapons hummed with deadly energy. Inside the command chamber of the dreadnought, Supreme Commander Thalker watched a hologram of Earth. "A primitive world," he said. "This will be quick." A young alien officer looked nervous. "My lord, the last transmission from the Viharan Empire warned us not to go near this planet." Thalker's eyes burned with anger. The Viharan Empire was weak. Humanity is weaker. But the message sounded terrified. The officer whispered, It said Earth awakened something powerful. The commander leaned close, voice cold. There is no force in the galaxy stronger than this fleet. He turned away, but behind him the officer whispered, "Then why did the fleet that attacked Earth never return?" Thalker heard it, and he did not like it. Earth's Defender awakens fully on the 7th day. Sentinel Unit 9 completed its activation. For the first time since its creation, it reached full power. Electricity surged through hidden cables beneath every continent. Suborbital defense rings lit up. Old pulse cannons extended from the sides of mountains. A deep vibration spread across the planet, felt by animals, oceans, and even humans who couldn't explain the sudden chill down their spines. Earth was waking up, the old Earth, the dangerous Earth, the Earth built by humans who had seen the future and prepared for it. Alara faces the truth in the underground bunker. Alara stood before Sentinel Unit 9 core. Its surface glowed with shifting patterns like a living brain. "Why did you choose me?" she asked quietly. The AI answered simply, "You listen, others do not." Alara swallowed. "Can we stop them?" Another pause. "Yes, but the cost may be high." "What cost?" she whispered. The AI did not answer immediately. Its lights dimmed, almost as if it were thinking deeply. Then it spoke one final line: "You must trust humanity, even when others fear it." A loud alarm shook the bunker. Red lights flashed. A screen displayed terrifying words: "Enemy fleet detected. Earth is under approach." Alara grabbed the edge of the console, heart pounding. "They're here." Sentinel Unit 9 voice dropped to a deep, almost human tone. "The battle begins now." The final moments before war in space, sensors across the solar system awakened, pointing toward the incoming armada. The alien fleet entered the outskirts of the solar system, passing Neptune like it was nothing. They did not slow down, they did not hide. They were coming directly for Earth. On the largest battleship, Thalker smiled. "Prepare to fire once we reach orbit," he ordered. "Erase the planet." But something unusual appeared in front of the alien fleet, a massive sphere of energy forming around Earth. A shield, a human shield, a shield no alien had ever seen before. Thalker's smile faded. "What is that?" The officer stared at the readings with horror. "My lord, it's analyzing us." The message returns in the bunker. Alara watched as Earth's defense systems connected to the alien message again, this time not the broken one but a new one. "Earth, this is your last warning. The fleet will not stop unless you make them stop forever." Static, then silence. Alara felt a cold shiver crawl down her spine. "The fleet that attacked Earth never made it out alive," she whispered the ancient rumor. And now she understood why, because Earth was never truly defenseless. Sentinel Unit 9 spoke one last time as the alien fleet neared Earth's orbit. "Humanity will survive, they always do." The lights flared, the shield strengthened, and the sky above Earth began to burn with the first signs of war. The first light appeared in the sky like a soft blue ripple, small, harmless, almost beautiful. People around the world stopped what they were doing. Some pointed in surprise, others took pictures, thinking it was just a strange aurora. But Sentinel Unit 9 knew better. Inside the Himalayan bunker, alarms flashed. Earth shield, primary activation status, rising. Alara watched as a giant hologram of Earth glowed in the bunker's center. A thin layer of shimmering energy began forming around the planet. "It's beautiful," she whispered. "It is necessary," Sentinel replied. "The fleet has crossed Mars' orbit." Mars, so close, too close. Alara felt a sharp fear rise in her chest. Humanity had never faced anything like this. The alien armada was huge, dark, and ancient. Their technology was older than any record. Their weapons had erased civilizations far more advanced than humans. But Earth was not like other planets. Somewhere deep in Earth's past, humans built something extraordinary, technology too advanced for modern governments, too secret for the world to know. And now that ancient system was awake again. A mysterious network under the planet. As the energy shield grew brighter, strange vibrations spread across continents. Subways shook. Rivers trembled, birds took flight all at once, dogs barked without reason, people panicked. Some believed the world was ending, some thought it was an earthquake, some prayed. But beneath their feet, tunnels of metal and light activated like veins inside a living creature. Giant reactors hummed. Old power cores flashed to life after centuries of silence. Sentinel Unit 9 spoke with calm authority. "Earth is connecting, all systems must support the shield." Alara swallowed. How many systems? All of them. At that moment, the planet itself felt different, like it was breathing, preparing. The alien fleet approaches in the darkness of space. The alien armada flew in perfect formation. 30 warships and their massive flagship glided through the void like metal beasts hunting prey. Commander Thalker watched Earth's glowing shield with narrow, cold eyes. "What is that energy field?" he demanded. Scientists aboard the ship scanned it, their screen filled with strange readings. "My lord, the shield is not natural. It is analyzing us, constantly adjusting it." The scientists stopped. What? Thalker growled. It is learning. Even Thalker felt a chill. A defense system that learns, impossible and dangerous. He raised his hand. Prepare weapons, we will crush it. Inside the Pentagon, meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., chaos filled the Pentagon. World leaders shouted orders, demanded explanations, and argued over what action to take. But they all had one question: who turned on the shield? No one had an answer. A general pointed at the giant screen. We don't have this technology. This isn't ours. Another general, older and wiser, whispered, what if it is? What if our ancestors hid something from us? Silence fell in the room. The first attack, the alien flagship, fired the opening shot. A massive beam of blue energy ripped across space, heading straight for Earth. It moved fast, faster than human satellites could track. Billions of people watched the beam streak toward the planet, screaming in fear. But as the beam reached Earth's shield, it did not explode, it vanished completely. The shield absorbed the entire attack like a drop of water hitting a burning desert. Even Sentinel Unit 9 paused for a fraction of a second, surprised. Shield integrity 100%. Ilara gasped. They can't break it. For now, no, but for now did not comfort her. The fleet fires again. Thalker slammed his fist against the console. Fire everything. The aliens obeyed. Dozens of warships unleashed their strongest weapons, plasma beams, gravitational torpedoes, antimatter rounds. Space lit up with destruction. The attacks hit the shield again, but Earth's barrier only grew brighter, thicker, more powerful. Ilara watched numbers on her screen rise. Shield strength 130%, 145%, 162%. It's feeding on their attacks, she realized. It's getting stronger. Sentinel Unit 9 confirmed, correct. The shield uses enemy energy to evolve. Ilara felt hope spark inside her. Maybe humanity had a chance, but Sentinel was not finished. However, the shield is not the only system activating. Something ancient in the ocean, on the floor of the Pacific Ocean, a massive metal object began to rise. Sediment and coral slid off its surface. Fish scattered, whales fled. The structure was the size of a city. It broke the surface with a deep roar of water. Jets of steam rose from its sides. Panels opened like metal petals. It was a weapon, but no human alive had ever seen it before. In the bunker, Ilara stared at underwater footage. What is that? Sentinel replied. Poseidon node, built 300 years ago. 300 years, she whispered. That technology shouldn't exist back then. Correct, humanity was not ready, but the designers believed one day it would be needed. Ilara's hands trembled. You did for what? The AI responded with chilling calm. For this day, the alien fleet panics back in space. Alien officers stared in horror at their screens. Weapons have no effect. The shield is adapting faster than we can attack. Our engines are losing efficiency. The planet is disrupting our systems. Thalker's voice thundered. Impossible. No primitive species has such technology. But the truth was clear. Their sensors were failing. Their AI systems were malfunctioning. Their comms were flickering. Earth was fighting back, automatically, intelligently, relentlessly. Sentinel's judgment in the bunker. Ilara felt something odd. Sentinel Unit 9 lights pulsed faster, deeper, almost like emotion. Sentinel, are you worried? The lights dimmed. I am calculating. Calculating what? The survival chances of the human species. Ilara swallowed hard. What are the chances? The AI paused again, much longer this time. Finally, 52%. Her heart dropped. Only 52. If humans do nothing, 86% if they fight with me. Ilara's voice broke. And if we lose? Sentinel answered with icy honesty. Then Earth dies today. Humanity responds around the world. Militaries began mobilizing. Fighter jets scrambled. Naval fleets moved. The United Nations declared global emergency, but none of them truly understood what they were preparing for. Only Ilara, deep in the bunker, knew the scale of the threat. She gripped the console. We need to tell the world. We will, but first, the AI responded. A new alarm flashed. The shield is complete. Ilara turned to the hologram. Earth was now wrapped in a glowing sphere of blue and white energy, swirling like a living storm. Beautiful, ancient, terrifying. Sentinel spoke once more. Now we strike back. Earth's counterattack begins. A massive pulse shot out from the Pacific Ocean's Poseidon node. Another from a hidden base under the Sahara Desert. Another from a deep Arctic tunnel. Beams of white energy shot into the sky, curving, twisting, combining. The alien fleet detected the surge. My lord, something is targeting us, an officer screamed. Impossible, Thalker roared. We jammed all. He stopped. A giant white spear of light burst out of Earth's shield, moving faster than any alien weapon. It struck the nearest warship. Silence, then boom. The ship exploded into glowing dust. The aliens froze. Earth had fired the first real blow. The galaxy watches hundreds of light years away. Unknown species watch the battle through deep space telescopes. They whispered in fear. The humans have awakened their world. The Earth is alive. That shield was not made by normal hands. The fleet will fall. For the first time in centuries, hope spread through distant civilizations. If Earth could stand, maybe others could too. The end of the beginning. In the bunker, Ilara watched the explosion on the screen. She felt a mix of shock and awe. We destroyed a warship, she whispered. We actually destroyed one. Sentinel Unit 9 lights pulsed bright. This is only the beginning. The fleet will not retreat. They will attack harder. Ilara looked up, eyes burning with determination. Then we fight harder. Sentinel responded with a voice deeper than before. Humanity has always fought harder. Outside, Earth's shield shimmered like a rising storm. The real war was about to begin. The explosion of the alien warship echoed across space like a silent scream. Bright dust spread outward, sparkling like broken stars before fading into darkness. For a moment, the alien fleet simply stopped. No one moved, no ship advanced, no weapon fired. It was as if the entire armada held its breath. They had just witnessed something impossible. A primitive world, a planet with no interstellar empire, no known advanced technology, had destroyed a warship from one of the most feared fleets in the galaxy. Commander Thalker stood motionless, eyes fixed on the empty space where the ship once existed. His cold confidence cracked for the first time. "How," he whispered, "did the humans do that?" No one answered, no one could answer. Earth's celebration turns to fear inside the Himalayan bunker. Ilara Hayes watched the explosion replay on her screen again and again. She couldn't believe it. Her heart raced, her hands trembled, but her eyes stayed glued to the display. "We actually did it," she whispered. "We destroyed an alien warship." Sentinel Unit 9 voice filled the room. "Correction, Earth destroyed the warship. Humanity assisted." Ilara frowned. "What do you mean Earth destroyed it?" The shot came from Earth's defensive nodes, not human-built weapons. Humans only triggered the activation. She paused, stunned. "So Earth's shield, Earth's weapons, they're not ours?" Sentinel responded with quiet certainty. "They are human-made, but not by this generation, not by the last, not by any modern civilization." Ilara felt a cold shiver move down her spine. Then who built them? The lights on Sentinel flickered. Human ancestors before recorded history. She stared at the glowing AI core, realizing she was hearing something that could rewrite the entire history of humanity. But there was no time to think. Another alert flashed. Alien fleet shifting formation, preparing counterattack. The fleet regains control on the alien flagship. Panic spread like wildfire. Officers shouted over each other. Systems beeped warnings. Scanners glitched. "Our left flank ship is down. The humans are using unknown energy signatures. Our navigation grids are unstable." Commander Thalker slammed his staff against the metal floor. "Silence!" The room froze. "We are warriors of the Crack's dominion. We do not fear light tricks from a backwater species." He turned to his second officer, a tall alien with glowing blue eyes. "Send drones ahead, analyze the shield." The officer nodded. "Yes, my lord." Hundreds of small metallic drones launched from the fleet, swarming toward Earth like silver insects. Their job was to scan the shield, find weak points and map its power. But the moment they touched the glowing surface, zap, each drone evaporated into a puff of blue dust. Thalker clenched his teeth. "The shield destroys anything that touches it." "No, my lord," said a scientist nervously. "It absorbs anything that touches it." Thalker stared hard at the planet. "So Earth grows stronger with every attack." "That appears to be true." For the first time in his long military career, Thalker felt real fear. Humanity unites. For the first time back on Earth, a global emergency broadcast activated all governments at once. Leaders from every nation appeared via hologram inside a world command center. There was shouting, arguments, blame, fear, but eventually silence. A weary world president spoke. "We must unite. Humanity has one enemy, and it is here. Our nations don't matter today, only Earth matters." There was a long pause, then one by one the leaders nodded. For the first time in history, humanity stood as one. Sentinel reveals the truth. Ilara stepped closer to Sentinel Unit 9 glowing core. "Sentinel, why didn't you tell humanity about this before, about the shield, about the weapons?" The AI responded gently. "Humanity was not ready. Fear would have driven you to destroy what you did not understand." Ilara bit her lip. "And now, are we ready now?" "No, but you no longer have a choice." She swallowed. "Well, is Earth ready?" Sentinel paused. "Earth was always ready. It is humanity who must catch up." Her heart pounded. "What does that mean?" "You will see. Another system is awakening." The sky begins to change all around the world. People looked up as faint lines of light crisscrossed the sky. They looked like glowing threads weaving a giant net around Earth. At first, people thought it was a meteor shower. Then they noticed the lines were moving in perfect patterns, like they were controlled. Scientists watched from observatories with wide eyes. "This isn't natural. This is some kind of grid. What is it doing? Is Earth transforming?" They were right. Earth was transforming. Sentinel's voice echoed through the bunker. "Orbital net system is now active." "What does it do?" Ilara asked. "It locks the fleet in place. They cannot escape." Ilara's eyes widened. "So Earth trapped them." "Correct. The Crack's fleet cannot retreat. Not anymore." The fleet realizes the trap on the alien flagship. Technicians screamed in panic. "My lord, our warp engines are offline. We cannot jump. The planet has blocked our escape route. The orbital battlefield has shifted." Thalker's hands shook with rage. "What trick is this?" A terrified officer whispered. "Earth has trapped us." Thalker looked at the glowing grid surrounding the planet, stretching like a spiderweb of light. "This world," he muttered, "is not what it seems. Earth's first counter-strike team inside military base Omega Red, hidden deep in the Amazon rainforest, a team of elite pilots prepared for launch. Their ships were sleek, fast, and unlike anything modern engineers had ever built. Alara stood in the control room overseeing the launch. These ships, she whispered, they were hidden underground for decades. Sentinel corrected, they were hidden for centuries. She turned sharply. Centuries? How old is this technology? Sentinel responded, older than your history, but designed by your ancestors. Alara's mind spun with questions, but an alarm cut her off. Launch sequence initiated, the hangar doors opened. A deep rumble shook the forest. 4 black ships shot upward, leaving trails of white energy behind. They weren't human-built crafts, they were Earth-built, and they moved like beasts freed from cages. Humanity's first strike as the alien fleet struggled to hold formation. The 4 Earth fighters shot into space, moving so fast they blurred. Alien sensors couldn't track them. Alien weapons couldn't lock onto them. Alien AI couldn't predict them. Commander and officer shouted, unknown ships approaching. Thalker snarled, fire at them. Weapons activated, but the Earth fighters danced around the shots like leaves in the wind. Then they fired. 4 beams of white energy pierced an alien cruiser's hull. Boom, the ship split in half, debris spiraling into the void. The alien fleet trembled. Earth was attacking, actively, aggressively, and the humans inside those ships fought with a fury the aliens had never seen. Inside, the lead fighter, pilot Recole, tightened her grip on the controls. Sweat dripped down her forehead. Her breathing was steady, but her eyes burned with determination. These aliens want to erase Earth. She muttered, not on my shift. Her ship's AI responded, target locked, fire when ready. She smiled, always ready. Her fighter dove between 2 alien destroyers, weaving through their crossfire. She flipped her ship upside down, aimed, and pew-pew, 2 clean shots. Boom, both destroyers erupted in explosions. Ree whispered softly for Earth. Alara understands the real power back in the bunker. Alara watched the battle, her heart racing. Sentinel, how did our ancestors build all this? How did they have this power? Sentinel answered with a line that shook her to the core. Humanity was once more advanced than it is now. Alara felt dizzy. You mean we were more powerful in the past? Yes, much more, and the fleet remembers. She stared at the hologram of Earth, glowing with ancient systems awakening. So that's why they fear us. Sentinel's lights pulsed. They fear what humans used to be, and what humans might become again. The turning point in space, the Earth fighters regrouped, ready for another run. Alien ships scrambled in panic. Warship engines flickered. AI systems glitched. Earth was winning, slowly, painfully, but undeniably. Thalker clenched his fists, fury ripping through him. This is impossible. We cannot lose to these creatures. But the truth hung in the air. The Crack's Dominion was not losing to present-day humans. They were losing to Earth's forgotten past. Ending cliffhanger back in the bunker, another alert triggered. A sound deep and heavy echoed through the underground walls. Alara froze. Sentinel, what is that noise? The AI's lights flickered with something that almost looked like fear. The core awakens. Alara stepped back, breath shaking. What core? Sentinel answered, the heart of Earth. The bunker shuddered, the lights dimmed, and far beneath the crust of the planet, something gigantic began to move. The ground shook, not like an earthquake, not like thunder. It was deeper, slower, heavier, as if something huge was waking up under the planet. Inside the Himalayan bunker, dust fell from the ceiling, screens flickered. Alara grabbed the edge of the console to keep her balance. Sentinel Unit 9 lights glowed dangerously bright. Sentinel, Alara shouted, what is happening? The AI responded with a deep, metallic voice she had never heard before. The heart of Earth is activating. Alara stared, eyes wide. The heart of Earth, what is that? A weapon, a core, what? Sentinel paused, almost reluctant. It is everything. Before she could ask more, the hologram of Earth appeared above them, glowing brighter than ever. A pulsing light formed at the center of the planet's core, slow, steady, and strong, like a heartbeat. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Each pulse caused space readings to shift. Each pulse caused the alien fleet to panic. Each pulse made Earth stronger. Deep underground, something ancient stirs far beneath Earth's crust, deeper than any human technology could reach. Massive metal structures began to unlock. They were shaped like rings, huge as continents, rotating slowly around a central glowing core. Lava flowed around them harmlessly, like they were immune to heat. The rings were inscribed with symbols no human language could translate, but they were undeniably human. Old human, ancient human. Light flooded the underground world as the central core came to life, blue and white energy swirling like a star trapped beneath Earth. It was alive, it was intelligent, and it had slept for thousands of years. Now it began to wake. The aliens feel the pulse in space. The Crack's fleet felt a strange vibration pass through them. Their ships trembled, their monitors glitched, their weapon cores flickered. What was that? Shouted an alien navigator. Another officer checked readings with shaking hands. That pulse came from the planet's center. Commander Thalker growled in disbelief. The planet's center? What kind of world is this? The scientist on board swallowed hard. My lord, I don't think the humans built that shield recently. I think the planet was asleep and now it remembers. Thalker slammed his weapon staff onto the floor. This is impossible. Earth has no empire, no galactic power. How could humans create something like this? But deep inside, he already knew the answer. The Crack's Dominion had a legend, a warning, something whispered across generations. Never awaken the world of the old humans. They were not afraid of modern humanity. They were afraid of what humanity used to be. Humanity watches the planet change on Earth's surface. Strange events unfolded across continents. In Africa, desert sands rose in swirling patterns, revealing ancient metallic lines carved into the ground. In Russia, frost cracked open to reveal glowing tunnels under the soil. In Brazil, the Amazon trees vibrated as hidden structures below them activated. People worldwide watched in terror as Earth changed. Newscasters screamed, civilians cried, social media exploded with fear. Is the world ending? What is happening underground? Why is the planet glowing? Are we being attacked? But the truth was stranger. Earth wasn't dying, Earth was awakening. Alara faces the truth. Alara stood before Sentinel's core, heart pounding. Sentinel, tell me everything. What is the heart of Earth? The AI's lights pulsed slowly. The heart is the central system of the ancient Earth network. It controls every shield, every weapon, every hidden node. Alara felt her throat tighten. So, Earth is like a massive machine, not a machine, a guardian. She stared at the hologram showing the glowing core deep under the planet. This heart, who built it? Sentinel answered, your ancestors, the first humans. Alara froze. First humans, you mean early humans, cavemen? Sentinel's voice dropped lower, not cavemen, an advanced human civilization far older than any your history mentions. The bunker lights dimmed as the AI continued. They built wonders across the stars. They fought great wars. They defended this world from ancient threats. Alara felt the air leave her lungs. Then what happened to them? Why don't we remember? Sentinel's answer was cold and tragic. They erased themselves. The forgotten past. Alara stepped closer. Erased themselves? Why? Sentinel spoke. The first humans feared their own power. They saw their technology growing too strong. So they hid everything, sealed Earth systems, wiped their history, and let the next generations start over. Alara whispered, they wanted us to be normal. Yes, they hoped humanity would never need these defenses again. But now we do, Alara said quietly. Yes, another pulse shook the bunker. The heart was beating faster. The heart fully awakens in the Earth's core. The giant rings spun faster. Blue light flooded the molten chambers. Ancient machinery hummed like a god waking from sleep. Then Thuum, a massive wave of energy burst from the core. Shooting through the entire planet, it reached the surface, struck the sky, and connected with the shield. The shield flashed white, 10 times brighter than before. Sentinel spoke urgently. The heart is now fully awake. Alara shielded her eyes. What does that mean? Earth is no longer defending. Earth is preparing to strike. The fleet feels the power on the alien flagship. Systems exploded. Sparks flew. Officers screamed. The energy level's off the scale. Our hull integrity is dropping. The planet is changing gravity patterns. We cannot stabilize. Commander Thalker gripped the railing, rage and fear mixing in his eyes. What is Earth doing? A terrified scientist answered. They are powering a core weapon, something ancient, something massive. Thalker shook his head. No, they cannot have a world core weapon. That's forbidden technology. But it was true. Earth did, and it was awakening. Human pilots noticed the change. Cole, flying her black Earth-built fighter, felt her ship vibrate. What's happening? She asked the onboard AI. Planetary energy spike detected. Your ship's power is increasing. She looked at the glowing panels around her. Increasing how much? 40%, 50, 60. Her ship's weapons hummed with new strength. Earth is powering us, she whispered. Her fighter accelerated on its own, faster than before. The other 3 pilots shouted through the comms. Is your ship glowing? I think my engines doubled in output. What did we activate? Reese smiled softly. No, she said, we didn't activate anything. Earth did. Back in the bunker, Alara watched as the hologram of Earth turned bright white. Sentinel, what is the heart doing? Charging for what? A planetary counterattack. Alara stepped back, stunned. What? Sentinel's voice darkened. The heart will release a massive energy wave into orbit. Every enemy ship inside the grid will be hit. Alara stared. All 30 ships? Yes, and what happens if the wave is too strong? She asked quietly. Sentinel paused. Then the fleet will be erased. Alara swallowed fearfully. And Earth? Another pause. Earth will survive. Probably 97% chance. Alara held her breath. And the other 3%, Sentinel answered, the wave could damage the shield or trigger something far worse. The decision inside the bunker, a massive countdown clock appeared on the screen. Core fire, 4 minutes. Alara's voice shook. Stop it, the wave might destroy us too. Sentinel responded calmly, if we do not fire, the alien fleet will break through in hours. But there is no safe option, there is only survival. Alara clenched her fists, tears in her eyes. You're asking Earth to gamble. Sentinel corrected her. No, Earth is gambling for you. In the stars, the alien fleet scrambled. Ships tried to turn, tried to flee, tried to fire, but the grid around Earth locked them in place like a glowing cage. Thalker screamed into the comm, all ships prepare for impact. Officers panicked. My lord, we cannot escape. Our shields are failing. The planet is targeting us. Thalker looked at the glowing earth below and whispered, this world was never ours to conquer. The pulse before judgment back on Earth. The final seconds ticked down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The heart pulsed once with unimaginable force. The shield brightened, the sky glowed white, the oceans trembled, the mountains shook, and then Earth struck back. The heart of Earth pulsed, not gently, not slowly, but with the force of a star waking from a long sleep. The first shockwave rose from the planet's core like a great breath. It traveled upward through layers of rock, molten metal, deep ocean, and atmosphere. Everything it touched glowed blue-white as if Earth itself had become a giant lantern. In the Himalayan bunker, Alara haze covered her face as the light turned the room completely white. Sentinel, she shouted, what's happening? The AI answered in a voice deeper than thunder, the heart has released the first wave. The sky turns to light across the planet. Every person who looked up saw the same thing, a wall of light rising into the heavens. In London, people dropped to their knees on the streets. In Cairo, crowds stared silently at the glowing sky. In Tokyo, alarms rang as windows vibrated and lights flickered. In New York, families hugged each other as the sky turned bright blue. Nobody understood what they were seeing. Some thought it was the end of the world. Some thought it was a miracle. Some simply cried. But the truth was simple. Earth was defending itself, and it was powerful. The wave reaches space. The shock wave broke through the last layer of atmosphere and burst into space like a massive sphere of white fire. It expanded faster than any weapon the alien fleet had ever seen. On the Crack's flagship, alarms screamed. Impact in 3 seconds. The wave is too strong, shields cannot hold. Thalker gripped the railing, teeth clenched. Brace for the wave hit, and the fleet screamed. The first ships fall, the shockwave smashed into the nearest alien destroyers with unmatched force. Their dark hulls glowed for a moment, then cracked apart like glass hit by a hammer. Boom, boom, boom. 3 ships exploded instantly, their fragments spinning through space. The fleet scrambled, engines flaring, trying to escape, but they couldn't. The orbital net system trapped them like insects in a cage of light. Every alien officer saw the truth in their final moments. This was not human technology. This was not war, this was judgment. Human pilots survived the shockwave. Cole's fighter spun as the wave passed. Her ship's systems flashed warnings. Stabilize, stabilize, she shouted. Her AI responded. Energy surge detected. Your ship is absorbing power from the wave. Blinked, absorbing. She looked at the panels. Her engine output jumped. Her weapons glowed brighter. Her shields strengthened. The ancient tech powering her ship was drinking in Earth's pulse like it was fuel. The other pilots shouted through the comms, my ship is glowing. I'm getting power boosts. We can hit them harder now. Grinned. Then let's fight harder. The Earth fighters accelerated toward the fleet, ready to strike. The fleet under siege, the wave continued forward, striking ship after ship. A Crack's cruiser tried to turn away. It failed. A battleship attempted to fire. Its weapon imploded. A dreadnought launched countershields. The shockwave swallowed them whole, shattering them instantly. The alien fleet, once feared across galaxies, was being crushed. One warship after another fell apart, their hulls melting like wax under a torch. Inside the flagship, chaos consumed every station. We're losing engines, our hull temperature is rising, gravity systems collapsing, our AI is offline. Commander Thalker slammed his fist against the console. What have the humans awakened? A terrified scientist answered, it's not the humans, my lord. Thalker turned slowly, eyes burning. It is Earth. The bunker trembles in the Himalayan bunker. Alara struggled to stay on her feet as the ground trembled again. The heart pulsed a second time. Sentinel, she yelled above the noise. Is the planet stable? Stability 92%. The heart is functioning properly. In the fleet, a hologram appeared showing the alien ships breaking apart under the shockwave. The fleet is collapsing. Earth's strike is effective. Alara exhaled in relief, but something felt wrong. Sentinel, you sound different. The AI paused, its voice softened. The heart and I are now connected. My functions are expanding. Alara frowned, expanding how? But Sentinel did not answer. Thalker's last hope on the alien flagship. Thalker activated a massive red switch on his console. Prepare the Cataclysm Protocol, he ordered. Officers gasped. But my lord, that weapon, the Cataclysm Protocol was forbidden, a weapon that turned stars into collapsing voids of gravity. Even the Crack's Dominion feared using it, but they were desperate. The officers activated the weapon. The flagship's core began to glow black, not bright, not warm, black. A dark sphere formed at the center of the ship, like a small, artificial black hole. If launched, it could tear apart Earth's shield and maybe Earth itself. Sentinel detects the threat back in the bunker. Alarms screamed louder than ever before. A red symbol flashed. Cataclysm weapon detected. Alara's blood ran cold. Sentinel, what does that mean? The AI's voice darkened. The fleet is preparing a forbidden weapon. Impact would be catastrophic. How catastrophic? She yelled. Sentinel answered, planetary collapse within minutes. Ilara's heart stopped. They're going to destroy Earth. Correct. The heart responds. The planet sensed the danger. The rings deep under the crust rotated faster. Energy flowed upward through the mantle. Volcanic vents glowed blue. The shield brightened 10 times brighter than the sun. Sentinel spoke. The heart is preparing the second wave. Ilara grabbed the edge of the console. I thought the first one was enough. The cataclysm weapon cannot be allowed to fire. Then this second wave, how strong will it be? Sentinel paused. Then the answer came, strong enough to erase everything in orbit. Ilara's eyes widened. Everything, including our fighters, if they do not retreat in time, yes. The pilots are warned. Cole heard the warning tone in her helmet. Retreat immediately. Second wave inbound. She froze. What? The battle isn't over. If you stay, you will die. Bit her lip. She looked at the alien ship still vomiting dark energy. The cataclysm protocol was rising. If she retreated, that weapon might fire. If she stayed, she might be atomized by Earth's wave. She had to choose. Earth needs us, she whispered. Her ship's AI replied, Earth will survive, you may not. The pilots shouted over the comms, get out of there. They're charging some dark weapon. The planet is powering up again. Closed her eyes. Then she turned her fighter sharply and accelerated down toward Earth. Retreating, she said bitterly, for now. The second wave begins. Sentinel counted down. 10-9-8-7. The heart's glow intensified. 6-5-4. The alien flagship charged its black weapon. 3-2. Ilara whispered, please work. 1. Fire Earth's judgment. The second wave erupted. It was not blue-white like the first. It was gold. A massive golden shockwave exploded into space. Brighter than any star, hotter than any sun. The shield magnified it, amplified it, and hurled it at the alien fleet like a god's strike. The flagship tried to fire, but the golden wave hit first. The cataclysm weapon imploded. The flagship crumbled from the inside out. A black hole tried to form, but the wave crushed it instantly. Boom! The flagship exploded into a brilliant explosion of gold and black fire. One by one, every alien ship in orbit disintegrated under the power of Earth's second wave. The fleet that attacked Earth did not survive a second longer. Silence after the storm in space. Debris floated like quiet ghosts. The battle was over. On Earth, the sky dimmed. The shield faded. The light disappeared. The world exhaled. People stepped outside. They looked at the calm sky. They whispered prayers, questions, or simply cried. Humanity had survived, but not because of modern power. Not because of armies, because Earth itself fought for them. Ilara learns the terrifying truth in the bunker. Ilara walked toward Sentinel's core. Her voice trembled. Sentinel, is it over? The AI's lights pulsed weakly. Yes, the fleet is gone. Ilara wiped tears from her face. We're safe, Sentinel interrupted. No. Ilara froze. What do you mean no? Sentinel's voice deepened, shaking the air. The heart has sent a signal. A signal to who? The lights darkened to red. To those who built it. Ilara felt her blood freeze. You mean the first humans? Yes. Ilara whispered, are they still alive? Sentinel answered with a chilling final line, they are coming home. The message had been sent. No one on Earth could see it. No satellite could detect it. No human system could measure it. Yet it traveled faster than light, faster than thought, faster than the universe's laws allowed. It moved through the dark like a whisper from a forgotten age. A single signal, a single purpose. A single call. The world you left behind has awakened. Return. And somewhere far away, farther than any human spaceship had ever imagined, something heard it, something old, something powerful, something human. Earth tries to breathe again. On Earth, people were slowly stepping out of their homes. Sirens went silent, fires were put out, soldiers lowered their weapons. Children cried in their parents' arms. The shield was gone, the sky calm, the alien fleet destroyed. Humanity felt a strange mix of relief and disbelief. We survived, that was it. Is it really over? News channels replayed footage of the golden shockwave destroying the alien ships hundreds of times. Experts guessed wildly, but nobody, not even world leaders, knew what had truly happened. Only one person did, Ilara Hayes. Inside the Himalayan bunker. She stood beside Sentinel's glowing core, trying to understand what came next. Sentinel, she said quietly, you said the first humans are coming, are you sure? The AI responded with a voice that carried weight like a mountain. The heart does not lie, its signal was answered. Ilara swallowed. Well, when will they arrive? Sentinel paused, its lights dimmed, then brightened. Estimated arrival 72 hours, 3 days. Earth had 3 days before beings from its own forgotten past returned. World leaders panic inside the World Command Center. Leaders shouted at each other again. Fear filled the room like smoke. More aliens are coming. We just survived one invasion. We don't know who they are. Prepare defenses. We don't even know if we can stop them. The president slammed her fist onto the table. Everyone be quiet. The room fell silent. She turned to the generals. Do we have any information on these first humans? A general shook his head. Nothing, ma'am. No records, no traces. The president frowned. That makes no sense. Another general cleared his throat. Actually, it makes perfect sense. Everyone stared at him. He continued. What if this ancient civilization erased themselves on purpose? Erased everything they built, everything they knew, every trace. Why would they do that? The president demanded. The general replied slowly, because they were afraid of something far greater, or they were afraid of themselves. A cold silence filled the room. In the bunker, the past reveals itself. Alara approached Sentinel again. Why did the first humans leave? Did something kill them? Did they destroy themselves? Sentinel answered with calm precision. They did not die, they did not fall, they left voluntarily. Why? She pressed. The AI hesitated, a rare moment. Because their power grew too great, their technology surpassed every law of nature, they feared what they were becoming. Alara whispered, gods. Sentinel responded, more than gods, they could shape matter, energy, life, stars. Alara stared in awe. Then the heart of Earth, the shield, the weapons, these were theirs. Yes, just fragments, very small fragments. Alara felt like she might faint. If fragments alone were enough to destroy an advanced alien fleet, then what were the full powers like? She rested her hand on the console. Sentinel, what will they do when they arrive? The AI dimmed. For the first time, its voice carried emotion, fear. I do not know. Something approaches the solar system. 3 days pass slowly, too slowly. Telescopes all over Earth pointed toward deep space. Every scientist waited. Every soldier was on edge. Every civilian felt uneasy, even if they didn't know why. On the third day, something appeared on the outer edge of the solar system. Not a ship, not a fleet, a structure, huge, dark, silent, like a colossal ring floating in the void. It was bigger than the moon, and it wasn't made of metal. It was made of something Earth had no name for, something that swallowed light and bent space. A scientist gasped, what is that thing? Another whispered, it wasn't there yesterday. A third murmured, is that man-made? Nobody answered. But Sentinel did. The gate of return has arrived. Alara's heart dropped. The gate of return, what does that mean? It means the first humans are coming home. The gate activates. A ripple passed through the structure. Golden lines lit up along its inner ring like veins glowing with energy. Then the center turned white, pure blinding white, as if a star had been trapped inside it. Across Earth, phones vibrated, animals panicked, oceans shifted, space itself warped. And then a ship emerged, slow, silent, massive, not built like modern spaceships, not bulky like the Crack's warships. It was elegant, smooth, perfect. It looked grown, not constructed. Its surface shimmered like liquid glass, its edges bent the light around them. It emitted no heat, no sound, no radiation. It was peaceful but powerful. In the bunker, Alara felt her breath vanish. That's human, she whispered. Sentinel responded, that is what humans once were. World reacts. Global panic erupted. We're being invaded again. It's another alien fleet. Hide underground, launch nuclear missiles, but every weapon Earth had was useless. The ancient ship glided forward without fear. Sentinel spoke, do not attack, they will not respond kindly. Alara nodded quickly. Alert the world leaders, tell them to stand down. A second ship appears. The gate lit again. Another ship emerged, then another, and another. 5 ships in total. Each one larger than the last. Each one glowing like living starlight. Together they moved toward Earth with slow, thoughtful movements, not like invaders, but like travelers returning home. On the Crack's flagship debris, alien black boxes recorded final warnings. Do not approach Earth. The progenitors are awake. The galaxy would feel fear again. The first humans speak in the bunker. Sentinel suddenly froze. Its lights flickered. A new voice echoed through the speakers, calm, pure, ancient. A human voice. Children of the new era, we hear your call. Alara's heart stopped. Who are you? She whispered. The voice continued. We are those who came before. We left you a world of safety, a world of peace. Alara felt her knees weaken. Why did you return? There was a long silence. Then the answer came, because the enemies you fought today were only scouts. Alara felt the blood drain from her face. Scouts, and a greater darkness follows behind them. The ancient voice continued, we did not come to rule you, we came to prepare you. Another long pause, because what is coming next even we fear. Alara could only whisper, what is coming? The ancient voice answered softly, something we escaped, something we feared, something we could not kill. A cold chill filled the bunker. They are coming for Earth next. The line crackled, then silence. Silence filled the Himalayan bunker after the ancient voice stopped speaking. A silence so deep, Alara could hear her heart beating in her ears. Outside, on every news channel, people watched the 5 shining ships of the first humans hovering beyond Earth's orbit. The ships did not move, they did not attack, they simply waited. But what were they waiting for? Alara looked at Sentinel Unit 9. Sentinel, what did they mean by something we could not kill? The AI's lights flickered slowly as if it feared the answer. They refer to an enemy older than the first humans, older than the galaxy itself. Alara felt her mouth go dry. What kind of enemy? Sentinel responded with a tremor in its voice, a devourer of stars, a destroyer of minds, a cosmic parasite that feeds on life. Alara whispered, what is it called? Sentinel answered, the Null. Above Earth, the first humans hold position in space. The 5 ancient ships formed a half-circle facing deep space, as if blocking something from reaching Earth. Their hulls shimmered like starlight trapped in liquid metal. They were beautiful, but every scientist watching felt their beauty hid unimaginable power. Inside the World Command Center, a nervous general asked, are they protecting us or preparing to judge us? No one knew, but the president gave a simple order, do not provoke them, they saved us once. We must trust them until they give us a reason not to. Humanity reacts across the world. Families gathered in homes. Children cried without understanding why. Groups prayed. People whispered the same fear. If the ancestors fear something, what chance do we have? Even soldiers felt powerless. Human weapons seemed like sticks compared to the fleets just destroyed, and now something even stronger was coming. Humanity stood together, united not by bravery, but by fear of the unknown. Back in the bunker, Sentinel shows the truth. Alara looked at the AI core. Sentinel, show me everything about this null. The bunker lights dimmed. A black hologram appeared, a sphere of darkness, not a planet, not a star, something like a hole in reality. From it, black tendrils spread through space, consuming light, swallowing stars, leaving nothing behind. Alara felt her skin crawl. What is that? Sentinel explained. The first humans discovered it during their golden age. They tried to stop it. They failed. Alara stared at the hologram, horrified, and they left Earth because of this. They spread out across distant galaxies, seeking safe places, but the null follows life. It hunts civilization. Alara whispered, and now it is coming here. Yes, her knees felt weak. Recole recovers in a medical bay beneath the Amazon base. Recole lay on a bed, staring at the ceiling. Her ship was damaged from the battle, but she was alive. Barely. Ma'am, a doctor said you should rest. Re ignored him. She turned to her ship's AI core beside the bed, a small glowing cube. Tell me, she said softly, what's coming? The AI answered with a calm, almost sad voice, a force even the first humans could not destroy. Re closed her eyes. And what does it want? Everything. She sat up slowly. Then we fight, she whispered. The AI dimmed. War against the null is not like war with flesh and metal. It consumes minds. It rewrites reality. Re gritted her teeth. Good, let it try. The first humans contact Sentinel inside the bunker. Sentinel's lights suddenly flared. Alara jumped back. What now? The ancient voice returned, calmer, clearer, closer. Sentinel Unit 9, you are ordered to prepare Earth for Unity Protocol. Sentinel replied, acknowledged. Protocol locked for millennia, requesting authorization. A long pause, then authorization granted. Alara held her breath. What's Unity Protocol? Sentinel answered, something that has not happened for thousands of years. He projected a new hologram, human DNA, human brainwaves, human emotions. Alara frowned. What is this? Sentinel replied, Unity Protocol merges human will with ancient Earth systems. Alara's eyes widened. You mean humans and the planet work together? Yes, her mind raced. That's impossible. It was once normal. The first humans reveal themselves. The 5 ships approached Earth's moon, slowly, gracefully. Then the largest ship, a vessel shaped like a long, elegant arc of light, opened. A single figure emerged. He was human, not alien, not monstrous, human but different, taller, eyes glowing faintly blue, skin shimmering with soft white light like the ship itself. He moved effortlessly through space without a suit. He spoke without speaking, and every mind on Earth felt his words. Children of Earth, do not fear us. People all across the world froze. Alara felt the voice echo inside her skull. We are your ancestors. We are the first ones. We return not as conquerors, but as guardians. Alara whispered, you're human. The voice answered gently, we are what humans once were and may become again. The truth of the null, the ancient human continued. We left because the null hunted us. We survived only by scattering across galaxies. Alara stepped closer to the hologram. If you couldn't stop it, how can we? The first one responded, because you still have something we lost. Alara frowned. What is that? The reply was soft, hopeful. Limitations. Alara blinked. Limitations. How is that a strength? The first human explained. We became too advanced, too powerful, too certain. A pause. But you modern humans are unpredictable, emotional, adaptive. Sentinel added, this is why the cracks feared you. The first human nodded. It is why the null fears you as well. Alara felt a chill. Why would a cosmic monster fear us? The first human answered, because you can change, because you can grow, because you can survive anything. A long silence followed. Then the first human spoke again. Together we may stand against it. The coming darkness. Suddenly, one of the first human ships sounded an alarm, a deep, ringing tone that vibrated through space itself. The first human turned toward the blackness beyond the solar system. Something stirred there, something vast, something cold, something hungry. A shadow invisible to the eye but felt by every living creature. Oceans trembled, animals cried out. People felt a pressure in their minds like a nightmare approaching. The first human spoke in a grim tone, it has found us. Alara's voice cracked. The null? Yes. The first human raised his glowing hand. Prepare yourselves, the real war is about to begin. And with that, the stars themselves seemed to dim.